Now, as you all know, that gun-face fella I talked about in my previous video, or as he's otherwise known as Mada Pasa, he's like and I can't believe I'm saying this, a social media sensation. He's got 20,000 followers on TikTok with nearly 1 million views, and he has created more than 60 videos documenting his journey from Afghanistan to Calais, or by all accounts now, he's actually in the UK. This guy has made a video threatening Nigel Farage's life. He's made a video showing his pistol, and to clarify for all you innuendo enthusiasts out there, I mean his weapon. Oh dear, I've done it again. And now he's made a video demanding a meeting with Nigel Farage. Well, I'm demanding this guy gets deported and returned whence he came, because he's wanted for crimes in Sweden. What the hell's he doing here? I'll tell you what he's doing here. This is the land of milk and honey, advertised as such by bleeding heart liberals, the Labour Party, Keir Starmer and his ilk, people who have virtually legalised illegal migration, and has promised to fund propping these people up as asylum seekers for the next 80 years to the tune of billions. Now, this should be big news. Someone has come to the UK to unalive Nigel Farage, take his life, and the mainstream media aren't talking about it. It's weird, isn't it? You had Sir David Amess, a Tory, and Joe Cox, a Labour MP, both murdered by, inverted commas, British homegrown terrorists, and one's been talked about all the time, the other not so much. I wonder why. It's as if the mainstream media and the politicians, etc., they're keeping their mouths shut about this, hoping the guy does his job and ends Nigel Farage, because they want rid of the guy, don't they? Now, the terror threat here in the UK is substantial, which means an attack is imminent. And yet here we are, allowing people like Mada Pasa, or Gunface, whatever his name is, to cross the channel and come here and reap the rewards or reap the benefits. It'll be the taxpayers keeping this guy in comfort, a roof over his head, spending money, food, and in the end, social housing and the dole. You know, the guy wouldn't have to get off his arse to find a job. We'll just fund him for the rest of his life like we're doing with others, and it's wrong. And people are fed up with this. People like him are taking the place of people who want to come here legally. It's a national scandal what's going on at the south coast at the moment. The boats need to be turned back to France, regardless of how hard the French stamp their weak feet. Get the Royal Navy into the channel, intercept these dinghies and return them. Dump them back on France. I mean, I don't feel safe with Mada Pasa being allowed to cross the channel and live amongst us. Do you? That's not what I'm paying my taxes for. I want the government to keep me safe. I want the government to keep you safe. It should be us who are priority, not them. And people are fed up with it. People have had enough. And people have had enough of being called all these names for talking about it. They are legitimate concerns. People are scared. Terrorist attacks have happened, and they'll happen again. I mean, to put it into context, think of it like this. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It blows my mind that liberals in this country would rather have the radical extremists allowed to come here than the people who warn us about them. It's nuts, isn't it? It's nuts. But there we go. The media's silence on this guy coming here, despite his threats, tells me everything. They want him to get rid of Farage, don't they? That's the only reason. That's why they're not saying anything. And when it happens, if it happens, God forbid it happens, they'll blame Nigel Farage. Well, he shouldn't have been a racist, should he? Remember Tommy Robinson on that talk show? And he was telling a lady who was on stage, well, I'm getting death threats. And she said, well, you shouldn't be such a racist, should you? Well, that woman is getting the same death threats from the same people. Go figure. The mainstream media aren't helping. The mainstream media are part of the problem, as are the politicians, sadly. So there we go. Expect more gun faces to arrive anytime soon, and enjoy your hospitality. And that's that. I'm Past 49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout. Hi, I'm Past 49 off that video you just watched. And I want to thank you all for all the likes, comments and shares. But now it's time to hit that subscribe button.